Perceptions. Nothing is as it seems. And you can think that a color is tan and somebody else could think it's dirty blonde. Who's right? It's their perception. They're both right. Or they're both wrong. Now, I'm not getting real heady here into, like, foo-foo thinking, if you know what I mean. But, for instance, me. I certainly don't look like I've been homeless at this moment. And I experienced homelessness for a year and a half in California. And for 50 years, I call it blessing over blessing. In other words, opportunity over opportunity. It's a Christian way, blessing over blessing, agnostic way, secular way, opportunity over opportunity. So when I experienced that, the reason I'm telling you this is the more you get to know a person, like for instance in group, when people start to share and they share, if you get to a group or if you're in a group or you've experienced a group, you know what I'm talking about. When you start to open up and start to talk about private things in the safety of a group of 7 or 10 people or 3 people or 4 people, more than 2, you start getting more and more comfortable. And then what happens is, even though you're in a group that's all people dealing with suicidal depression, there's a lot of laughter because you begin to become intimate with people. Not intimate in a way that's, on a personal friendship level I'm talking about. But that's what I want for you guys to see with me. I want to be really open. I don't want to hide anything, and my intention to do that is so you got a sense of me. And I went through homelessness for a year and a half. Some people will immediately judge me and put me, their perception of me will change because I said that. Some will be impressed that I got back out of it and I'm living this life at the moment. I always say at the moment because no day is promised. But I went through it. I mean, I always had a roof over my head, but I did missions and Salvation Army and all that stuff. And I got to experience how people treat people that they can't get anything from. And it's not good. It's not good. Christian, atheist, anything. When people, this is the nature of man, in my opinion, when people know that they can't get anything from you, they treat you with a degree of disrespect, or let's just say differently. And it's not fair. It's not fair at all, because there's some, first of all, there's great people, meaning great, let me put it this way, major accomplishments, Lincoln, President Lincoln, JFK, not JFK, Theodore Roosevelt dealt with depression. Franklin Roosevelt dealt with depression. Oh my gosh, the name escapes me. London, World War II. Winston Churchill dealt with depression. Depression is not a limitation. Life experience is most of the time very, very hard, and that falls along the video of Life's Not Fair. But be careful judging somebody by the way they look or what they're wearing or what they're sitting in or where they are. This is the beginning of 2019, and about 2 months ago, I had nowhere to go. If this happened to me, and it can happen to you, no matter how hopeless you think you are or feel, wait it out. It is worth living for. If you right now probably don't believe me that it's worth living for, then do the baby steps. Again, reference to another video on this series. They're adding up. But be careful not to judge people walking down the street, wearing ratty clothes, sitting on the sidewalk, driving in the back of a limo, rich, wealthy, Wieting and the designer, the design purses, both killed themselves, wealthy. So it's very easy to be depressed broke, and it's easy to be depressed rich or wealthy. There's a difference. So I hope that you find this encouraging. I'm going to, through the course of these videos, share more personal information within reason on these videos with the intention for you to understand and get to know me better, because if this video channel takes off, great. If it doesn't and it saves one life, then all of these efforts are worth it. This is isolation. Isolation kills. I knew that. I appreciate you watching, and if you're listening to me now, it means you watched the whole video. Thank you. More to come.